Welcome in. We are talking Valero, Texas Open. We're going to talk a little Gary Woodland, a little Masters coverage, and some guy named Tiger Eldrick Woods in trouble again. So we got all of that and a little bit more for today's show. But first off, we'll give props to Gary Woodland. Guy is 41 years old and absolutely ripping the cover off the ball. I think he's second in the tour in driving distance. I mean, 2 years coming off of brain surgery, and wow, right? I mean, what else can you say about the guy? I mean, really good feel-good story, and the exact opposite of what the Eldrickian one is doing, right? So, Paul, what were your thoughts on Gary Woodland's victory?
Dude, Cinderella story, like what he's gone through. And then, I mean, you hear all these guys complaining about some of their, problems that they're having and crap. But he had a brain tumor. He had surgery. He went through the most horrendous shit you can go through. And yet he's out doing what he loves to do, and he's winning. I mean, come on. You cannot get any more inspirational, and you cannot have a better role model than that. Especially if you're going through what he's gone through, or people who are dealing with cancer and going through crap like this. That's a role model you need to have.
Also, he's been fighting PTSD too, Paul. He was apparently playing golf with like an ex-soldier or ex-Marine, and the Marine noticed. He's like, something about you is different. He's like, do you have these symptoms and that symptom? So props to Gary Woodland, and now he gets into the Masters. He's playing this week at Valero, Texas. So maybe he might make the President's Cup team, maybe next year's Ryder Cup team. So. I mean, he's got the game. I mean, he's hitting it just so damn far, and props to him for one of the 40-year-old guys to still get out there and show the young whippersnappers how it's done. Obviously, we got the Masters tournament next week. Rory McIlroy will be defending. We'll have the par 3 tournament on Wednesday, which is always fun to watch, and obviously the tournament from Thursday to Sunday. And I'm even like looking forward to the women's amateur event, the Augusta National Women's Amateur. That'll be on this week, and they play the first 2 rounds at a different course, and then I think they play the final round, or maybe the final 2 rounds at Augusta National. But the first year I watched it, I mean, I was glued to my TV. I couldn't believe like the shots these girls were hitting at Augusta National, and So, look forward to that. And then, obviously, the news with Tigers, just disappointing. You gotta think there's a sense of entitlement there, and we know he's a celebrity. We know he's had a screwed up life and whatever, childhood and all that. But doesn't mean you can go out there and be reckless and just take care of yourself and maybe. Take a step down from the entitlement
a complete opposite from Gary Woodland. Pardon the pun, people. Pardon the pun, people. This was not intentional. However, pardon the pun, but it is completely black and white. The difference is.
It is. It is totally. It is.
Sorry, don't get mad at me for it. It's just how this shit worked out. Sorry, I know it's a bad pun, but
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying, like, it's just weird. I mean, like, I think people are just getting tired of all this talk of Tiger Woods off the golf course, and if he's playing golf and winning tournaments and all that, then talk about him. But like, I mean, it's just getting blown out of proportion. And like, come on, like, let's just talk about the Masters and Gary Woodland and. It's just it's like deja vu again, right? With this car incidents, and it's 4th one now, so it's just like, dude, you're 50 years old, act like you're 50, and let's move on.
It was funny. I was actually watching one commentator guy kind of chew out Tiger over that, going, dude, you've got all this friggin' money. If you've got a problem with with pills, it's like, hire a driver. He goes, look at how many vehicles, and it, like, what do people have to put a warning when you go out and drive? He's like, you're a billionaire or a millionaire. Hire a damn driver. He goes, have people drive you around. You're a menace to society when you get behind the wheel. And I'm like going, whoa, this guy is just ripping Eldrick a new one.
Tiger's saying that he likes his privacy, like you and I do, right? And most people like their privacy, but I mean, what you're doing out there is not private stuff, right? You're out wrecking cars and breaking your leg, and you've had a lot of surgeries, but like, come on, dude, you got to figure shit out. Someone in his circle's got to step up and just tell him what he needs to hear and stop being a softie. And look forward to seeing him on the golf course. I mean, he did register for the U.S. Senior Open, which is like kind of cool because that's the only USGA event that he hasn't won. He's won obviously the junior, he's won the amateur, and obviously the U.S. Open. So he would be the only guy, I believe, to have won all 4 of the USGA events. So I can see him back.
That'd be a hell of a Grand Slam.
Yeah, I can see him back. Yeah, it'd be cool. I think he'll be back in, I think it's in June or July when the U.S. Senior Open is. So I think we'll see the Eldrickian one back. But let's talk a little bit about this week's event. Obviously, if you're not already exempt for the Masters and you win, you will be the last golfer into the field. I believe 92 golfers right now, and then if there's a guy who wins that's not exempt, he will be the 93rd. But this course, I mean, it's really tricky. It's Greg Norman designed, Sergio Garcia helped with it. Really tough ending par 5, little creek in front of it, kind of a diagonal green. So you hit like a little short flare to the right, it'll come up short. If you go long and left, it'll be in the bunker. So this course has some teeth, and apparently it's supposed to be 30 mile per hour winds on the weekend. So we're going to be getting a little Texas golf, little Open Championship style. And I mean,
there's not going to be a lot of high flying bombers. There's going to be a lot of probably the Eldrick Stingers, the punch shot. Keep it low.
The Gary Woodland shot, yeah. And also, like, the course is just tricky in the sense that it's like really tricky chipping areas. Like, a lot of the golfers don't hit the greens in regulation like they do on the regular tour event. So it's got some teeth, and I mean, it's not like exact replica of Augusta National, but I think it'll be some good prep. We got some good golfers in the field. Unfortunately, Morikawa has withdrawn again after that Players Championship, hurting his back after a practice swing, which is, I mean, it's kind of crazy. The guy's 27 years old in the prime of his life, physically fit, conditioned, and all that, and tweaks his back. Rory tweaks his back. What was it, the 1 week before the Players there? Or, I think it was the weekend before the Players. And even Jake Knapp, I think, withdrew from event with a back injury. So back injuries are hitting up these young guys on tour, and kind of funny that it's all happening at once. But yeah, Morikawa's out. We'll have Tommy. I think he's the top guy in the odds. I believe Jordan Spieth is up there, Siwoo Kim. But I mean, I was looking at a lot of these guys, and I was just like, man, this is like, it's like a mishmash, hodgepodge of golfers, all under 30 to 1. And it's like, I don't know. I looked at the odds, and I'm like, none of these guys catch my attention. I'm not going to be gung-ho to pay 25 to 1 for these guys. So
yeah,
I started off my card with 37 to 1 with Ryo Hatsune, the Japanese phenom. He's the guy. He takes a sip of water before every golf shot he takes, whether it's a putt, a drive, a chip. Yeah, his caddy hands him his canteen. He takes a sip of water, and so I guess he's hoping for less sips of water every round, right? 70 sips or 68 sips, but he hits the ball really well. He was playing really well at Riviera, and I mean, I think this course sets up well for him. And I think he's primed and ready to get a dub on tour, and I think these odds are very fair. So give me Rio at 37-1. For the next up I got is Keith Mitchell, a guy who hasn't won in years. Great ball striker. We've talked about him and a couple other shows, saying that he hits the ball like Rory McIlroy, but he putts like you and I do. So apparently his putting's gotten better the last couple of weeks. He's got a really good course record at TPC San Antonio Oaks course. So like the same thing again. I'm not going to go to anyone up in the higher odds in the 25-1, 20 to range, and he's now 35-1. But I got him before the Morikawa withdrawal, so I have him at 45-1. So loving those odds on Kashmir Keith, as they call him. So we're going to take a stab at him, and let's see if he can break his winless drought. Because I was kind of looking at him, Gary Woodland, and Brooks Koepka kind of in the same light. Like they're all kind of similar players. Like they're very long, really good ball strikers. Can hit almost any shot that like Scheffler or McIlroy can hit. It's just obviously consistency. And Keith Mitchell is the only one out of the three that hasn't won a major. Obviously, Brooks has won his 5 majors, 3 PGA, 2 U.S. Opens. Gary won his U.S. Open at Pebble in 2019. So maybe Keith Mitchell can have like a late career resurgence and become one of these top golfers. Yeah, he's got the skills. Everyone sees it. It's just, and I believe last year he had 4 first-round leads. I could be more, but I know it was at least 4 where he led, right? Because you can bet first-round leader now too, right? And which I usually don't do, but if you just blindly bet Keith Mitchell every first-round leader last year, I think you would have made some good coin. But we're just going to go with the outright. No each way, nothing this week. We're just going to go keeping it simple. Not trying to spend too much coin because obviously the Masters is next week, and I'll probably be going a little bit over my budget on that. But it is the Masters, and this course and this tournament is just in a bad spot just because of what's next week. So. Saving some bullets in the chamber. Next up, we're going to go with Tony Finau, 90-1. We've been on him a couple of times this year. Last week we were on him, had a good first round, and then just kind of faltered the next 3 rounds. But a lot like Keith Mitchell, hits the ball really well. Putting is gotten better the last 4 or 5 tournaments I've noticed, but still you can tell it's his weakness. And just hoping for him to have a crazy putting week, and I think Tony can get across the line. He's actually not in the Masters, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. He's been a world-class player for the last 10 years, and he's not in the Masters. Michael Thorbjornsen, also the young phenom on tour, he's not in the Masters. All he had to do was finish in the top 10 last week.
Yeah.
And I believe I don't know what he did on the final 9 on Sunday, but he just choked it away. So he actually has to win this week to get in. So, but yeah, that's a different story. So next up, and the final golfer for this week, I'm going with John Max Homa. Another guy who I don't think he's in Augusta as well. Another guy who's been a world-class golfer for the last, maybe not 10 years, but maybe like 7, 8 years. And his game's just kind of gone to shit. And I've seen some glimpses here and there, some tournaments he's looked good, and then just hasn't really contended this year. But I saw the number and I said, what the fuck, 120-1. I'll take a shot on him. He's a proven winner on tour. And in this field, I just think it's wide open after like Tommy and a few other guys. It's just and stabs at guys, and getting ready for that trip down Magnolia Lane next week. I think we're going to do a preview show a little bit earlier than usual. Maybe we'll do a preview show on Saturday and release it a little bit early for the Masters, just because there's just quite a bit to talk about, and
Oh yeah.
I've been watching this tournament for the last 23 years like a hawk, so got a lot of tidbits to say and talk about and preview, and we'll talk about the course, obviously the past champions, and everything underneath the sun for the Masters Golf Tournament. So hopefully Keith Mitchell, Rio Hitsatsune, Tony Finau, or Max Homa can get across the line for us here. And I think, I think the Live Golf returns after the Masters in Mexico. And also after the Masters, we'll be going to one of our favorite courses on tour, maybe our favorite. I don't know about you, but Harbour Town Golf Links, RBC Heritage. Plays nothing like Augusta National, but still, it's just a cool course. Anytime on the schedule, I'm pumped up for it. And I mean, you got to be a shot maker to win that tournament, Paul. And it's no coincidence that Tiger's never won there, Rory's never won. They're not saying they're not shot makers, or they're known for their power more. But you know what I mean? More of the Jim Furyk's of the world have won at RBC Heritage, and pumped up for that. So 2 straight really, really nice tournaments coming up for us on the PGA Tour, and then obviously Live Golf Mexico coming up in a couple of weeks. If you have been listening thus far, you are a trooper, and we thank you so much. Consider hitting that like, consider hitting that subscribe, share the show, comment, tell us who you like to win. Tell us if you like the show, tell us if you don't like the show, just whatever. Shoot the shit with us, and we'll be back next time for more action on For The Win.
Hang loose, people. Peace out.